Hello everybody and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB and I'll be taking you through tonight's proceedings, but before we do anything else, let's have a look at the Premier standings, because P. Volta's championship leader, who won last week, is in P1 ahead of Medium Pilot in P2. James Braden, who's on holiday, is in P3. Nicomania is in P4. Nolan is in P5, though with the shadow of last week's mistake in P5. Glock, who has now actually retired from the league, is in P6. He's not very well, so he's had to take some time away. In P7 is Mike TMR, and P8 is STEM. Yes, STEM. In P9 is Mike Bundy. P10 is Geel. There we go. That's what we sort of stuck by, wasn't it? Geel. P11 is Chain Game Wow, and P12 is Oliul. In P13 is Verstappen, and P14 is Raikkonen, P15 is Honey Badger, the Flying Dutchman, literally. In P16 is Primero, who's away this week. P17 is Gasly, P18 is Foggia, P19 is Virgil, and P20 is the Torpedo. Here's the Constructors' Championship. In P1 is Williams ahead of McLaren in P2, Haas is in P3, Racing Point is in P4, Alfa Romeo is in P5, Renault is in P6, Red Bull is in P7 ahead of Toro Rosso, who's in P8, Mercedes is in P9, and Ferrari struggling in P10. Though I'm not on my own tonight, I have got Alex joining me. Hello Alex, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, man. I'm really good, thank you.
So, this is when it gets awkward. If you kept an eye, if you're a driver, you already know this. If you kept an eye on the social media, there was a bit of news earlier in SFR, and that was the announcement that me, JB, Alex has also announced it. Alex, Peter, who's Racing Podge, and Lee Nell, our race director, are all ending our tenure at SFR in Season 5 at the end of this season. And that is not down to any reason other than the fact that I've been doing this a hell of a long time, and it's time for me to move away. There's no real feelings between me or anyone at SFR. I love this league. I could keep doing it for another 10 years. But right now, my life's moving away to the point that I'm not even going to be league racing anywhere in a while. So, yeah, that is this is going to be goodbye season now for the rest of it. I'm still going to stream the rest of the season. I'm sure Alex will be joining me for the rest of the season as well.
Yeah, I'll be here throughout the entire thing, and I'll do my speech in a minute. I'll just let you finish your top first.
Yeah. Me and Lee are looking for replacements for us. Me and Lee are still going to be around though with SFR. We're still going to be consulting, but we're not going to be openly involved in the league. We're going to be sort of like sat in the back, like the two old Muppets in the Muppet Show, who just sit there and complain the whole way through. That's going to be me and Lee. But yeah, so that's it. This is now going to be, the rest of the season's going to be a farewell season for me and Lee, because we're going. And it sucks to say, but it's time for us to move on. I mean, Alex, what fresh hell have you got me prepared for tonight?
Well, I just want to say before we start on the new fresh hell for you, I just want to say huge thank you to SFR. Obviously, it's not goodbye. We'll do a proper goodbye. Last year, me and JB will probably cry. I assume the last stream of the season will probably be me and JB, just for the fact of that it's the last one. And
oh, there's going to be tears. I've already written my final line, and God, you're going to hate me for it.
But I just want to say huge thank you. The reason I'm, because although it seems as if it's because JB's going, that that's part of it and all that, but whilst I'm going to go to university, I won't really have much time, and it's just I can't really commit. So it's better to get people in that can actually commit to the league rather than me, who just can only do it part time. I love this league. I love the people. Don't love JB. He can go down the toilet, but this is no ill will. I'm not doing it because, just following a trend. I think it's just time for me to go on as well. I'm growing up a little bit, and I've loved doing this for like the season and a half that we've done it for. And I thank every one of you. And those that like the podcast is also done. I don't have time to do that at the minute for other reasons, so the podcast is finished. It was a nice 2-episode run. I knew it wouldn't go along with 2 episodes. I did make jokes. I'm supposed to went for episode 2, but it was a huge win. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that gave me a chance here.
Well, as we're heading over the track, we're going to have some thoughts about this, but obviously this is not goodbye. We're going to still do the rest of the season, so there'll still be 21 streams on the Premier Division channel, the Premier Division side of SFR. Same with GP3 from my end. I'm going to try and
I'll say,
go on.
All I'll say is as well, even though this is ending, this isn't the end of me and JB. Don't you worry. We've got things planned.
Yeah, we do.
So
we're going to get married, and we're going to spend a lot of time together. I'm going to help him through university, and then he's going to help me commit murder.
No, but in all seriousness, guys, in all seriousness, this isn't the end for me and JB. There'll still be other plans we've got in the pipeline after this is done, so don't you worry.
We've got some things planned, me and Alex. I'm gonna go and let his tyres down, and he's gonna probably punch me in the unmentionables, and we're going to be on the floor laughing.
I don't know whether you guys know this, but me and JB have been announced for the undercard on the KSI Logan Paul fight.
Oh God! We're the build-up match. No,
we're the real feud.
No, we got that. But yeah, we're gonna spend chats, have a few chats and all that. But this isn't the end of SFR. Though. Why are we looking at the Ferrari garage, not the Mercedes garage? Have we got no Mercedes drivers inside?
We do.
Oh, we do. Why are we looking at the Ferrari garage?
Mercedes are irrelevant now. Ferrari win 2 races in a row. Codemasters make an update, and they go no more.
Oh! Hey Alex.
Hey.
Heavy rain at the start of the race.
It looks like it might rain in quali as well, so they need to get out quick.
Happy days.
We are here back at the second Gilles Villeneuve, and as I say, if any of your comments are coming through, I can't read them. JB will read them, so
yeah, so I'll have a look.
Any referring to me, thank you.
I've just been told apparently it's got heavy rain at the start, then a dry period, then heavy rain again.
Interesting. So
I'm very happy.
Nolan is going to be the first driver out on track in the Mercedes.
He's driving the esports helmet, same helmet as mine.
He made a mistake in Monaco. Hopefully he can rectify that.
Well, he made a mistake and he opted to crash himself out from it.
Well, like, in quotation marks, mistake.
Bearing in mind there has been a patch to the game, so if there's a little lag, then, thanks Codemasters. Ooh! But yeah. Just to reiterate, there's still SFR will continue, even though me and Lee are leaving, and Peter and Alex.
Hello.
Yeah, okay, I got there. SFR will continue.
So essentially, I've taken everyone that was either on the podcast or was planned to be on the podcast with me.
Nah,
so
we're taking you. I kidnapped you.
I had Jack. To be fair though, it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting that I have re-planned as probably the next episode, and he's gone as well.
I think the biggest thing is that we're all season 1 drivers. That's the thing. We're season 1 drivers who have driven for a long time in SFR, and 5 seasons is a long time, and
especially if you're not making the millions of dollars that real F1 drivers will.
Yeah, we're ready to go, and that's fine. No ill will to anyone. But because me and Lee are well out of the championship fight, we're gonna bend all of our hope towards Peter winning GP4 this season. Though I will try my best to derail that when I'm reserving down in the GP4 division.
I know JB said it before, but that doesn't mean that we're all gone. We'll still probably pop onto the occasional stream from time to time, say hello and all that jazz. And
I might even have a shave. That's how I'm feeling. I might even have a shave for this.
And also, as I said, me and JB are not gone. Also, so don't worry. We'll still be doing things. We've joined the FE game, guys. We're joining
Formula E game. Oh God, I wish. I always said that if they released a Formula E game, I'd dump SFR in it and go for a run. Do a running leap on that.
In the meantime, though, Nolan went a pretty clean lap so far in the Mercedes.
He has. So DRS opening now on Nolan's car as he runs down towards the chicane. I have plenty of trips to the wall here last night in GP2 as he clips through the chicane now. Very well done. Oh, not as well done as you thought it would be.
He collected with the wall. He collected the wall as well.
It's invalidated. It's Verstappen. No, is not going to be the first man over the line. It's going to be someone else.
No one. Because it was Ryan Van Doom and he validated it.
It's Stam! 19.7, the reserve driver from GP3.
Yeah, this is incredible though. Look at the first corner. So many drivers doing that.
Flipping heck! How close did he get to that Ferrari?
Who?
Stam, he brushed the Ferrari.
Semi goes to Verstappen.
Verstappen goes fastest in Canada as week of 4. Here's Gasly coming through the chicane now. DRS open on the racing point as he comes across the line. It's a 1:08.8. It's the fastest lap there. Wow.
Interestingly, Sam's lap was on medium tyres, so maybe he hasn't checked the weather. I don't know. I hope he has. He'll be kicking himself because that's decent pace in the medium by looks at it.
It is
amazing pace actually.
Looking at Alonso now, as I'm gonna have to leave my PlayStation for a moment. Good luck. I should hope it's not good luck. I hope it's gonna be a great race full of twists and turns with the safety cars. Hopefully, we haven't had a safety car. I think we had a virtual actually in one of the editions.
Here comes Kimi Räikkönen across the line in the Mercedes.
Run through what he does. I just had to leave the controller for a moment. Here's Alonso coming through the chicane now, perfectly timed. DRS open now on the Sauber as he comes to cross the line.
Mate, I should be right back. My phone's just going off. I'll be right back.
That's absolutely fine. Rapid, and they've only just started, yeah. Evil, aren't they? Here's Virgil in the Mercedes. Crikey, the Mercedes ahead of the Ferrari. So what can Virgil get up to the group driver? Passing Raikkonen now. He powers down the straight, heading towards the chicane. This is where Marcus Ericsson destroyed his rear end a few seasons back in Formula 1 as they head down into the hairpin, where Robert Kubica decided that he would get a first-hand glimpse of a massive accident here, which we were surprised didn't kill him, or at least didn't injure him in any way. Running up now towards the chicane. DRS opening now on the Greek driver's car as he powers down towards the line. He's got a nice toe from the Red Bull in front. Not much toe though. The Red Bull goes straight onto the pit lane and Virgil slips through into the start finish straight. Nolan goes even faster, a 1:08.4. Where can Virgil go? A 1:09.4, a second slower than the Mercedes. Here's Pilot. Second place man in the championship, and whoa, getting close to the wall is the Williams. Man with the backed out helmet. Currently in P20.
Hello?
Hello, Alex.
Did you hear what I said? You didn't, I haven't muted. You were talking about toes.
You did have your
I have very large toes.
What was that?
You were talking about toes, the car getting towed, and I said, I have very large toes.
Is that when your wheelchair runs out of battery?
No, just have very large toes, like toes.
Well, as in like webbed toes. You got webbed toes. Are you a frog hybrid?
No, I'm a robot hybrid. In the words of Peter Capaldi, it's a hybrid. I don't really know that reference. Do you know that?
I do know that reference. Yeah, he's in the new Suicide Squad film now.
Yeah, he's possibly playing the Thinker, which is what I'm...
Oh, why? Why can't he play the Turtle? He's so boring. Here's the Torpedo. Or Pedro.
You're saying Capaldi's boring? Capaldi's one of the best doctors, mate.
I don't like him. DRS opening
you don't
on
like
the Toro Rosso. I like a lot of people. I like you.
What's your opinion on Boris Johnson?
We don't get political here because I will actually throw you. I'm not kidding. I've had enough of politics now.
What we've decided, what we just found out is that Jack votes for the monster raving loony party.
No, what we've just found out is that I will slip my wrist. Only one wrist though, because the other one's got a nice tattoo on it. Before I talk about politics on a stream.
Do you know what the monster raving loony party is, though?
Can we get back to SFR?
No. This isn't heavy politics. Do you know what that is?
I assume it's got Elmo.
No, the monster raving loony party are a party where their main thing is to build crossings for hedgehogs.
I mean,
that is their main goal.
Do you remember when they had that as a main thing on like at school? They used to tell you about like hedgehog crossings and how they used to get underneath the road. I was so proud when I used to find them.
No, I've got Doggo with me. SFR's resident Doggo.
Is Jill crossing the line now? He goes nowhere.
No, Jill is not my Doggo. My Doggo is here though. I don't think anyone else on comms has a dog.
Daniel in with the Doctor Who sweep saying no one can beat David Tennant as the Doctor.
I disagree completely. Dev 10's the worst of the new series, so at me.
No, we're not going to get into Doctor Who arguments. We're all friends here, and I have a TARDIS tattooed on my leg, so I'm better than all of you.
Sen there goes only second. Nolan with a great time there.
You could have gone harder there.
I say.
You could have gone harder there.
Come on!
No! Oh, Nicomedia's damaged his front wing, and he immediately beats Stem in the McLaren.
I know your games, Jack.
Oh, I know, Alex, but that's where you deal with me.
If you make another joke, I'm talking about politics. So Brexit.
I'm so proud of that one.
Do you know who isn't proud of you though? Your parents.
No, they're not. Gasly fastest though here in Premier as we do the classic. I get insulted and jump straight on. Here's Gio crossing the line. He goes P9. I sung that
P1,
one, didn't I?
P1, Charles, P1.
No, it's not Charles on P1. It's Gasly on P1. Number 6 car.
I love that guy. Charles is radio guy. Because he doesn't say it like position when he goes Hamilton P1, Bottas P2, Vettel P3, you P4. Like just go back, go upwards. Like he doesn't make him a bit of it. He trolls Charles every time. It's amazing. I love it.
The radio guys are really cool. I like Kubica's radio guy purely because he has to deal with Robert's bullshit.
I mean, I like Max's the best. Just I think they have a really good friendship.
Who, GP? You like GP?
Yeah. I like Max's.
His actual name is GP. I'm not kidding. The guy who runs.
His name is actually GP.
Well, yeah, his initials are GP. So his racing engineer is GP.
Oh no, cheat game! Wow, taking a weird line on the outlap there. I think getting out of the way of drivers. Good job from the Ferrari. Everyone going on the soft tyres now, JB. They've clearly looked at the weather report and seen it's going to be in the words of Orlando Norris, it's going to be
Virgil is now fastest.
Did you get the reference?
I didn't hear it because I cut you off. Nolan's even faster though.
I said in the words of Orlando Norris, it's gonna be wet.
Yeah, I got the reference.
Do you know that reference?
I think
I
it's
love
from
that
the
radio. Germany.
Yeah.
It's in Germany. And the radio guy's like, can you describe the conditions? He's like, wet.
There's can I just reveal that there's a lot of argument right now because we're all very disappointed in Lee because he's not seen Avengers Endgame.
What?
I know. I was gonna do a particular meme, right, on it,
what?
Yeah, he's not seen it.
What?
I know.
Lee.
No wonder he's leaving SFR.
Lee, you are the only person in the world that hasn't seen it.
Nah, that's a lie. My ex didn't see it. Because she didn't.
You don't care about her.
No, she was horrible. Absolutely horrible, man.
But no, Lee, you got to sort it out, mate.
I've said I've got it on DVD. You just come round to me, but you won't come round.
Lee, you got to buy it, bro. As
Lasernaut's not seen it apparently. Lasernaut's not seen it either.
Well, you know.
Well,
can we just get rid of all you guys?
We are. We're leaving. Then you have to get rid of us.
I won't be back next week. I'll have a heart attack. That's for sure.
Verstappen on his run now as he heads down towards the hairpin.
I have a question for you guys in the comments. Why would you put yourself through that pain? Just watch the film.
Yeah.
Not seeing Endgame. Why are you putting yourself through that?
It's a masterpiece.
I saw it 10 times in the cinema. Yes, it is a masterpiece.
I saw it a few times, yeah, and I still cried like a baby. We won't have any spoilers here.
Jack said he would kill me if I spoiled it for him. So I saw it every night, and he saw it the night of. He was like, if you spoil it for me, I'm going to block you and then find you and then kill you.
I think that's exactly what I said, to be honest.
Yeah, and then he watched the film, and all I saw was holy boom, and then that was all I needed to know that he enjoyed the film.
Got a few messages. I actually spent the night after watching it just crying. Especially that bit with Superman. Especially that bit when Superman
dies.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige dies.
That and when Superman turned up and jerked Iron Man off.
I don't know if people know who Kevin Feige is. Do you
I know
who
Kevin. Yeah, he's the president of Marvel, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the one that actually makes it all good. Without him, they'd be screwed.
Right now it is, yeah. Nah, we're not going to spoil it. He's more of a Sharknado guy. I'm going to kill you for that comment, Carol. Anyway, back to qualifying here in Premier. Across the line.
Sharknado films are brilliant.
They're not.
They are so bad.
No! If you want so bad it's good, watch Baywatch. That's terrible.
Mate, watch the new John Travolta film, The Fanatic, if you want to so bad it's good. I watched. Do you know? Are you
sure it's not Fanatic?
Do you know who Chris Stuckman is, the YouTuber?
No. I don't know who all these youth people are. I'm all.
He's no, he's not. He's not a huge. Didn't he got like a mil subs? He's a movie reviewer.
All right.
I'd recommend checking him out. He's really good. He reviewed
Goat
it
movie.
recently. It's...
But yeah.
What is the hang on before we get on to the end of qualifying because we're getting there? What is your favourite Marvel film? Jack?
I like Winter Soldier. But I love Endgame. I really do.
My favourite is Incredible Hulk, man.
That's not even an MCU film. Not even it's more of a homage MCU film.
Well, I mean, technically it's in the canon somehow. But
yeah, I don't like how they did that. It was sort of lazily written in, but at the same time, yeah. My
favourite was Guardians 2.
Yeah, I like Guardians 2. It piqued my daddy.
I cried at the end when Yondu died.
It piqued our daddy issue problems, didn't it?
you can't call spoiler warning on a film that came out in 2017. I'm sorry.
I thought it came out in 2015. Yeah. Oh my god.
No, that was 2017. I cried so much at Guardians 2 at the end when Yondu died, man. And then Yusuf and Cat Stevens comes on. It's just like, oh, this is perfect.
Anyway, before we talk about more daddy issues, the Mercedes are giving each other a tow though. DRS opening on Raikkonen's car as he gets a tow from his teammate. Teammate currently in P1. His teammate's going to pick a line now as he sets up a lap time here. This is perfect for the Mercedes crew. Look at this. So you go side by side. Not even a clunk on the wall. A little bit on the grass though for Raikkonen as he comes towards the line. Brilliant tow from his teammate and it's P8.
Got him up to 8th there. That was solid. And now will they switch? I don't think there's much time to switch really. No one's just got to go on his lap. This is so interesting.
Right, and then
I don't know what's going to happen.
Reserve. Well, qualifying matters, at the same time, sort of doesn't matter with the fact there's going to be heavy rain at the start of the race. So we'll see what happens when we go on board with the Torpedo. I've got to make sure I say that way.
In the lobby?
Well, it's Torpedo. Look at it, it's Torpedro, if you say it properly.
Yeah, that's his secret nickname. That's his secret nickname. See.
It's not Penelope's dad. Definitely had a terrible name for my daughter, XX24.
Stacey's mom has got.
That's a brilliant song. But like, if you're going out with a Brazilian, right? If you're going out with a Brazilian model, right? This is a genuine fact. If you're going out with a Brazilian model who's the daughter of a 3-time world champion in Formula 1, brother of a disgraced Formula 1 driver, and you're Russian and she's Brazilian, why in the hell would you name your daughter Penelope of all things? Why not something amazingly beautiful like Angelica or something? I don't know.
Oh, I don't like Angelica. I think that's a terrible name.
I don't like many things. Crossing line is Torpedo. He stays P12. Golden Crimson out on the medium tyres.
Is Boris Johnson.
No helmets. Yeah, I'm going to kick you for that. I'm going to kick you before the final race and you're going to hit my final line.
Oh, that's you losing out because you put effort into this. I'm not going to.
Whoa! Ollie All deciding that he wants to go out into the dirt and retiring from the car. P20 though for Ollie All. As Gasly retires in P5.
Interesting, Ferrari are done. They've wrapped up. Medium pilots finished. I think Nolan's got this, mate, because Nicomania's on 3-lap old softs.
30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock though here in qualifying. Here's Golden Crimson DRS opening on the Williams car.
No, he's not going to do it. Sam's not going to do it. He's left it too late. P. Walters is going to possibly be the last person to come across the line here.
Honey Badger's going to be very close towards the line though. I was around this point when I was driving.
I'm keeping my eyes on P. Walters here. He might not make it. Is he going to come across the line?
Holy moly. Honey Badger's not going to make it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Honey Badger on a lap. Where is Walters? He is on a lap. Qualifying is over, so the chase now goes between. It's raining at the end of qualifying, and Nolan's gone even faster in P1 right now.
I don't think this rain will affect them too much, though, considering it's the very last moments. They should be okay.
Mike Bundy coming through the chicane now. It's a very slow lap for the Renault. P12 will be the best he can do. Where is the championship leader, P. Walters, coming through the chicane now? He will have rain affecting his lap a little bit if it starts to get heavy. It's not settling on the car yet, though, so he seems to be okay in the McLaren.
Also, luckily, it's quite a short lap here.
Whoa,
so...
big lock-up. What helmet's he got on?
Looks like a golden ball. Remember from that game show, Golden Balls?
Oh, he's got that one on. Okay, I know which helmet design that is.
He only has to improve by less than a tenth to get up a position here. A couple tenths gets him up all the way into the top 5, perhaps.
DRS opening on the German's car. Running to the line now. It's going to be P9. Here's Honey Badger, the Flying Dutchman. He's going to go P12, replacing his teammate. Renault really not enjoying this 2019 car, but undeposed after crashing out in Monaco. Nolan is in P1 here in the Mercedes, because I can't remember how to speak because I'm retiring.
Something tells me the Renaults are going for a wet setup because they're normally a lot faster than that.
You are not going with Gary. You're not going with Gary, Lee. You know you're not going with Gary.
Who's Gary?
Spoilers. So the Spaniard takes pole position ahead of Nick in P2. Medium Pilot is in P3, Fotio is in P4, Gasly is in P5, and Virgil is in P6. Sem is in P7, Raikkonen is in P8, Walters is in P9, championship leader struggling. Verstappen is in P10, outside of the top 10. Would have free tyre choice, but it's all to pay for with the wet tyres. Jill is in P11. Honey Badger in P12, heading his teammate Mick Bundy in P13. Torpedo is in P14. Cool? Gordon Crimson is in P15. Stam is in P16. Ryan Van Doom is in P17, and we're through the rest of the grid. I don't know, mate. I don't know where he's Bundy.
All I'm saying is I'm going to watch the new Taika Waititi film, if you don't know who plays Korg. In the film
is that the one who plays, is that when he's playing Hitler?
He plays Hitler.
Yeah, I'm going to see that. And you hear he only, Alonso's lagged out. The only reason he took that role as Hitler, because he's directing it, because no other actor wanted it, and he wanted Hitler in the film.
Because you have to have Hitler in the film. If you guys don't know, Jojo Rabbit in theatres in January, go check it out.
I've not seen it. I don't know much about that.
You should watch the trailer, mate. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm yet to. I haven't had 5 minutes.
No, if we're talking about Lee's kids' names, I've got a great name for you.
Is it Jalex?
No, it's Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
No, we should call it Barry, after Barry Allen, the fastest man alive.
Which is, incidentally, what the league was named after. SpeedForce Racing. Yeah, The Flash.
Oh, okay. Have you seen the CW show, The Flash?
I have. I got the first 3 seasons. So I gave up with it.
No, season 3 is the worst. It gets better again. Anyway, full wet conditions. Oh no, intermediate conditions, it seems.
Yeah, so remember, the game doesn't like to give out the full wet tyres. Though last night I did go on the full wet tyres and I got told off by drivers for overtaking them on the final lap when I was a lap down. Oh dear, I impacted someone's race on the final lap. And he was going to finish P5 anyway. Oh, I'm so hurt. Bite me.
Oh.
I'm genuinely annoyed by that, because it's like, the final lap, I had the better car, I'm legally allowed to overtake. What the hell? Go on.
I thought I was the only person that could bite you. What the fuck? Oh,
no, Lee can bite me as well. Lee can bite me anyway.
I'm leaving. I ain't gonna get in trouble.
Okay, no, you can still get in trouble. Look at Nolan. At this point, he's showing off. Look at Nolan drifting.
That was a genuine slip of the tongue there. I apologise. But Alonso's joined again.
Where's he?
Hopefully he won't leave us like he does in Spa, but who knows?
It was Monza.
Is he even on the grid?
It was Monza.
It was Monza. Is he even on the grid?
I thought he was in the Alfa Romeo, wasn't he? Yeah, his car's gone. So apparently there's 20 cars, and yet... Am I being blind here? Wow, Nolan's in the wall on the formation lap! No damage on the car as he spins back round.
Car number 18 is missing. Car number 18 is missing randomly.
Chain gang, wow. No, yeah, okay, so he qualified P18, he's not here. So, let's see if he can get back in here. More comments about me in chat. But yeah, so Nolan now, there's no damage on the car as he now drives into the lap on formation.
He's not here, mate.
He's not on the grid. So we only have 19 drivers and someone's been missing a grid slot. Oh, this is the most F1 thing in planet Earth. They can't even get the cars on the grid, right? Alright, so 35 laps of racing here. Alex, who are you going to be looking at the start of the race?
When you're watching the Renaults in particular, I think they got a bit. I think they've gone for the wet setup, so I think they're gonna glide off the start.
And as normal, I'm going to be sat up here in front, talking like a horse race commentator, as we watch for the rights here. The rights? No, yeah, here's the light. Let's read the last rights of the drivers. As we now head to 5 red lights
JB,
here
have the lights,
in Canada.
yeah.
The lights are on and the lights are out. The drivers are away now. It's a good start from P2. A better start, in fact, than Nolan. But the Williams or medium pilot flying past. He's now in third. He's batting away. He's now in second after hitting Nolan in turn 1. And they come through. They're all gliding through. Remember, this track is incredibly wet. Like the ditto I had earlier. It's still going through. And Stam's dropping down. Honey Badger's dropping further back. Raikkonen's dropping further back. P. Walters
is off. P. Walters is off.
He's back on the road now as he struggles with that McLaren and not enjoying the wet tyres. And the Red Bull of Verstappen trying to go around the outside. The 78 car looking to the outside. He's still there. He's bumped off the road. Walters left him no room whatsoever.
Absolutely, you should get that back. Here comes Honey Badger.
Mike Bundy's in trouble. Mike Bundy's in some serious trouble. He's getting swallowed up by the GP2 reserve drivers.
Bundy not enjoying these conditions. Honey Badger, however, getting a much better run in the opening lap. Kind of cold
we've
position.
got the Ferrari of Virgil putting under pressure from Gilles, and Gilles has actually dropped back behind Verstappen, behind Raikkonen if he's not careful. Big sideways drift though, as Gilles pulls alongside the Ferrari for P7 here in Montreal, and Nolan is still going to lead us away from Nicomania, and then Alex's favourite Sem is in P4.
Why is he my favourite? I don't pick favourites.
On all with a time penalty in P16, battling with whoa! Someone's in trouble. Gordon Cruz is in some serious trouble. He's been swallowed up, and now they're going side by side towards the braking zone. Where's the house of Stam?
Torpedo's been taken out. Torpedo's been taken out. Or
was he torpedoes?
Torpedo.
Was he torpedoed though?
He was torpedoed by the Ferrari of Chain Game. Got absolutely taken off that. Here comes Honey Badger though. Verstappen at the inside of Virgil. What a move we got going on here. Unfortunately, Honey Badger can do nothing at the minute. But no, he's going to try and get at the inside of Verstappen maybe. This is for the final point on the grid. What a battle we've got considering these wet conditions.
He's got no power, has Honey Badger in the Renault right now. And Virgil is bullying Verstappen towards that sticky out wall bit. And Verstappen's driving right. He's at an oversteer moment as he's dipped behind now the Renault. The Renault of Honey Badger on the back of Virgil looking for the points now. Here on lap 2. He pulls to the outside. He decides not to go for a dive bomb because he's up and underneath Virgil.
Smart.
Look
that was smart.
That. The commitment that Honey Badger has. He loves these conditions as the DRS will not be active. He's just going to power now. This is old school racing here in Montreal, which is funny because me and my brother were just talking about the 1990.
You can tell that the Ferrari has more power.
You can tell. Look at that. He's pulling in front of him. Media pilot, the fastest man on track in P2. And now Honey Badger is the eyes of the world as the Flying Dutchman. He rolled in Spain, had a terrible race in Monaco, is looking to overtake the Ferrari for points here in Canada.
Absolutely, and medium pilot though, and Nolan are away for the rest of the grid.
Chain
4 seconds in
Chain
fact.
Game's just driven past Honey Badger, and the Ferrari's working in tandem to help each other. And Honey Badger's thinking, now the Red Bulls are behind me.
Honey Badger,
it's Fotio! It's a big collision!
No, it's all of them! It's all of them!
Something happened. Fotio, Raikkonen, Walters and Gasly all having a big issue in the wet. Maybe someone missed their braking point. Maybe someone's deciding to be a rookie driver tonight in the wet.
Mate, look at this battle for the top right now though. These guys are going at it. These guys have left Nicomania by 5 seconds in 3 laps.
Following medium pilot now as he closes up. Honey Badger is changing. Well, is in trouble. Ooh, someone's in trouble in sector 3. I think it's Fotio.
No, Fotio's alright.
Honey Badger to the outside line now on chain game. Wow. 2 Dutchmen fighting one another. And Renault's faster than the Ferrari in a straight line and braver on the brakes. Someone's in pit lane. It's Raikkonen. Raikkonen to pit lane as the 58 car of Chain Game Wow goes chasing after the Dutchman. Now, Honey Badger's going to look for a dive bomb move, but there's a huge bit of lag off Virgil, and Virgil defends the inside, but so Honey Badger can't make a move. Honey Badger, no, he's actually getting past the Ferrari, and they come out tyres and the Ferrari just behind the Renault.
Honey Badger did nothing wrong there.
No, I think that was a lag
Virgil
move.
went off. No, Virgil went off the circuit. On my screen, at least, he put 2,000 on grass, lost control. Honey Badger just went around the outside. Virgil tried to defend the move by going back on the circuit too early. There should be no re-overtaking.
Teammate to the inside. Ferrari's going to swap positions because the 58 car's got a better run, but Virgil's not giving it up. He's going to run his teammate out towards the wall, and this time
these guys have got to defend from the Red Bulls because the Red Bulls only won those 2 points.
Here comes Verstappen. Verstappen looking to the inside of Chain Game's teammate. It's Virgil. Virgil, they're making contact. And Media Polish made a mistake. He's dropped back 2 seconds from Nolan for the lead. But time will tell in this Grand Prix. As Verstappen to the inside of the Ferrari. They're side by side.
One of them, at least. This is gonna. Ryan Van Doom kind of got caught by his own teammate there.
Poor Ryan, he can't get a break.
But here comes the Red Bull now, Verstappen. Trying to go around the outside now, switches to the inside. This is a straight drag race here. It seems they have a similar pace, it's not just a bit more. And Virgil's got to cover that. Good job.
Sector 3, yellow flag, it's Gasly! Gasly's in the wall, heavily in the wall at the Wall of Champions.
Yes, wait now, he's going to lose all positions. Kimi Raikkonen's down the road, so you can go like that. That's up for
Virgil
Verstappen on the inside of Virgil. Huge.
So
now once again, Ryan didn't got a chance of points here. Ryan has got 3 positions gained from this race because he's just kept it clean. That's what you need to do.
Especially in these conditions. Here's Honey Badger on the back of the championship leader. To the inside line comes the Renault. And the 95 car is going to have to give space. And Honey Badger showing that he loves the wet conditions here in Montreal. We're heading towards dry, I think.
Yeah, possibly. We're not quite there yet, though. Far from it, in fact, in terms of the conditions, but the rain's certainly holding up. Thing is, though, Gilles on the back of this now. He's caught up to Sem and Nicomania. So perhaps Nick's just quite slow, but Honey Badger 7 seconds behind. I expect he'll catch these guys as well. Honey Badger could still be the favourite for me in these changing conditions for sure.
Lockups galore for P. Walters, who's fastest on the straight now. It looks to be the Dutchman in front as the German has to look behind you to defend from the other Dutchman of Chain Game. Wow.
Keep your eyes on P3 at second. Sem is as close as he's ever been right now on the racing point of Nicomania. He's going to go for a move out the inside into turn 1. He's got his car in there. Bump tyres. Bump tyres there, that was all fair. And Nico just about holds on.
An inspired move from Seb. I believe he's another Dutchman here in the McLaren as he looks to pass the racing point, and then Gilles is looking to get through as well. The racing point looking incredibly slow in these current conditions. We had this last night in GP2.
He's got good straight line speed though. He's just really slow in the corners.
I think he's running a dry setup. Sem's using a dry one as well. Here's Chain Game Wow on P. Walters. They were close together by a 10th, and now is a little bit further back. Big wiggle though as Torpedo drops behind Crimson. And Crimson, who is also a GP3 driver, is starting to make moves. This is a day of GP2 reserves.
Oh, but really late there. Kind of almost to the back of Virgil. Was able to hold his ground. He really wants a point here in the Premier Division, but Chain Game gets the better of P. Walters before the.
Was Ryan on the verge of all?
Shut up.
Nolan's the fastest man on track as the puns have begun here in Canada. Oh, but P. Walters coming back at Chain Game. Decides that he can't go for an attack though on the Ferrari yet.
This is so interesting right now, mate. The start for third. Gilles doing the smart thing. He's staying out of this. He knows that he's probably got the pace advantage.
He does, but what can Walters do in the gold helmet with the arrows on the top? What will happen in that McLaren?
All I'm saying is, mate, is that we just had a ping pong of fast laps there. Medium Pilot turned up the pace, got a fast lap, had to do a slow lap, and then Nolan was like, alright, if you're going to turn up the pace, I'm going to match you and go faster. So,
the rain is severely dropping now.
Yeah.
I think that's a new helmet. I think that's a new helmet design from P. Walters. Has he bought one of the new helmets? I haven't been told. Virgil's off the track, though. He's dropped behind a lot of people, and Ryan Van Doom now is in the points-paying position in the Premier Division. A driver who really struggled this season in GP2 is looking to have a fun race here in the Premier.
He's taking advantage of the conditions, that's for sure. If P. Walters can hold up his teammate, he could perhaps feel a bit more cushioned. behind, but so far he's got Crimson behind him.
You're right,
Pushing
Laser Lord. Laser Lord pointing out that P. Volters has wing damage on the front left or front right for him, front left for us, on the nose of the car. So no wonder he's starting to struggle in these conditions. That front wing's really bad, and he's locking up the tyres every chance he gets. Semdo getting a move with Nicomania into turn 2, going round the outside of the racing point. The racing point, it gets a bad oversteer, and he has to correct and has to lift off.
Here comes Jill. Jill feeling it. Jill's going for the move. Nick's just lost 2 positions there. Good move.
It has to be
advantage.
True. It has to be true.
Advantage.
The hash is through.
No. All I'm saying is, mate, I told you. Shut up, Joker. But I told you that Jill was waiting for the opportunity. He was like an apex predator there. He just went for the move when he needed to. And that was amazing. Now we can chase down that McLaren for sure.
Golden Crimson battling with Ryan Van Doom. They do a lot of this in GP2. And now we'll see if they can battle in the Pro Division to the inside line. Comes Crimson.
I don't think we've realised what we're doing, what we've just seen. I don't think we've realised. We haven't been looking at the timing sheets because look how close Badger is now to these guys. Ryan Van Doom though, losing the position here. Can he hold on around the outside though? Can't see him on switch. Doesn't really think about going for that move. Oh, they contact, they hit. But Ryan, they're getting the better exit. Come on, Ryan. I'm cheering you on, buddy. I want him to do well here today.
Ryan Van Doom, who's my ex-teammate from Ferrari in GP2. But the rain is beginning to stop. We're starting to run out of it.
And the medium pilot's beginning to catch up.
Felix is being asked in the chat how he puts up with me and by Lee, and Felix is obviously my friend, so he loves me. Lee, on the other hand, despises me. To the inside comes Virgil. No, deciding not to.
All I'm saying is, Lee, why aren't I getting asked that question?
Stand to pit lane. Felix's response was, I haven't a single clue.
But we haven't focused on how much Honey Badger's caught up to them. It was a 7-second gap. He's now catching Nicomania here. He's definitely the fastest man on circuit in terms of these top 2.
Nick's setup is dry. That's what I'm calling. I'm calling that his setup is a dry setup, and he's struggling in these positions. He's hoping that the dry portion of the race, as Jill looks at Sem, like Alex does.
There's a side-by-side battle here for P817. Stam and Fotio going at it here.
Fotio fed towards the wall.
This is good racing, this is.
We've seen cars make contact here, and Stam has to give up. The GP3 driver, Virgil, dropping behind Torpedo, who went round the outside. Sorry, Joe, he's trying to attack the Torpedo. And the gap at the top is down to less than a second. Keep an eye, because here comes Jill. He's in the Haas, looking to pass the McLaren. He hits the McLaren.
Ooh. There's nothing wrong with that there. It was just a bit of late braking.
Back with Virgil, side by side. He hesitates in the runoff area, trying to escape Torpedo. And now here comes Bundy. Mike Bundy attacking the Ferrari. He's going to get boxed in behind him, behind Torosso. And he has to bail out the move, the man with the pink and blue helmet.
Well, we saw what happened. Hopefully, you saw what happened to Lee in GP3 the other night. And
ooh, that was aggressive.
Down there.
3 cars do not go down that way. But now Mike Bundy, with the freshest tyres in his bunch, is going to look to try and overtake.
The rain's definitely dissipating, and that's helping medium pilot at the minute, though.
It really is. I mean, look at the rain. It's starting to end to the point where we're going to start thinking about whether the track's going to be drying out in time. We know we're going to get a second rainstorm later on in the race. If we look at the sponsorship for the Renault esports team, who have a wasp as their little logo, if you didn't know.
The Honey Badger's on the back now of Nicomania.
Big oversteer moment for it, but here's Yell on for the podium to the inside line. He looks to 93, backing out of it as the 21 car stays in front.
Jill is very smart about this here. He could definitely drive himself to a podium today.
He really is.
Honey Badger is definitely his biggest threat, without question.
Can you do me a favour? Just look at P19.
Yeah, Gasly. What's up?
What's about his tyres?
Oh, he's on the mediums.
Thank you, Lee. I love doing that to my co-commentators.
He's on the hard, sorry, I'm in 2018.
He's on the hards, yeah. That's alright, Lee said the mediums as well. We're all drunk at SFR, but the leaving guard are now starting to get drunk for every stream. I've had a coffee again.
You and your damn coffees.
Yeah, you damn kids. Here's Golden Crimson on the back of the championship leader. Pete Walters incredibly quick in a straight line. And the Williams of Crimson looking very quick in the corners, though. Walters' damage on his nose, though, is getting to the point that he's going to have to finger up pitting. And DRS has been enabled.
What?
We are to drive running. Potentially, slick tyres will be going on the car soon.
Has it been enabled? It
has.
That's
A moment
interesting.
ago.
Oh, slick running. Honey Badger's in, they're all in. Is this a lap too early, I feel?
I
feel
think
like
it's fine. I think it's going to be greasy, but I think I'd go in now.
I think Honey Badger and Nolan have actually got in the best position. Sam's gone on to mediums. Gilles
Honey
gone to
Badger's been
softs.
serviced. He is slow release. Honey Badger, get out! Get out! Get out! He's still there! He's been held! And he's into the Williams!
Oh, that was terrible for the Renault.
What are the French team doing? The Anglo-French team really struggling. Is that because they don't have my brother working for them? Actually, that's on that subject. My brother works for Renault for a week. He did a work experience thing there.
Yeah, but that wasn't Renault's fault. It was just the nature of it. I mean, he's technically in P6 now.
Renault's fault.
Okay, blame Renault. Medium Pilot, though, I think,
Actually, don't blame Renault. They just signed Esteban Ocon. What the hell am I talking about? Everyone knows how much I love Esteban Ocon. Ryan Van Doom dropping behind Nicomania. Less than a lap.
We all know that Lance Stroll deserved that seat more than Esteban, though, right?
You know, I still say it. Lance might be controversial. I'm getting used to it.
Nolan is staying out here. This could be the biggest mistake of the race.
Pilot in. Now here comes the fun. Stem is. I think Stem might gain on Pilot here by a margin. Pilot into pit lane. He's getting. He's a new wing. It's a new nose for the Williams. Where's Stem?
But also, so we'll take account that it takes about 5 seconds for a wing change. Sem was 12 seconds behind-ish.
Deployed.
So
pit limiter comes off for the Williams. They're going to be side by side. Sem's the fastest man on track.
No
he was
way.
in the moment.
No.
Medium Pilot.
Just got
Yo. Honey Badger
it's only about 2 seconds.
And 22 seconds is the gap right now on top. But Nolan's in trouble. Nolan's getting blocked.
Nolan's stuck in traffic from Stam. I think Stam unlapped himself though because of the intermediate tyres. They're just faster than him. To the minute it's allowed.
Yeah, well, it's always allowed as long as you're as long as you do it in a safe manner to overtake, like I did last night. I will keep saying that I did nothing wrong.
Here they come.
Oh, he's got to stay to the left. He's got to stay to the left to make it clear he's going to go into pit lane. Look, Fotio knows he'll be going to pit lane. Nolan's going to make it clear. As they battle now, Gazette, he's left it off early as he heads into pit lane now.
All I'm saying is, I think Nolan may get overtaken by Sam, even though
I think Gilles not going to be off either.
I think Gilles here could overtake it. I think Nick is the only
Just
person.
two yellow flags. It's Virgil. Virgil's in the barrier. Big incident for the Ferrari. He's going to go out of there. And he's going to spin the car back round. Looks like he hit the wet curb and got thrown off the track.
Here we go. Medium Pilot's got him. Sam's got him.
Where is Gilles? They're going to be side by side. Sam is going to be so close to Nolan. Nolan on fresher tyres, but Sam's going to be on heated up tyres. Nolan's now going to get completely boxed in by the Williams and the McLaren working in tandem to try and beat the the Spaniard in front.
Absolutely there, but unfortunately, it's a bad day for Virgil.
Torpedo side by side with Mike Bundy going around the outside of the Britain. The GP2 champion is going to chuck it back up the inside of the Norwegian driver, though. As they go side by side towards the second sector. They're fighting hard. No contact. Good clean racing there between the two of them.
Who do you think's played this right then? Do you think the soft tyre runners have played it right, or?
What the soft tyre runners are going to be thinking is Ollie Pitts, Pitts. They've got to start thinking about what is it called? Owen has retired, so he's had enough. They're going to think about hopefully the rainstorms coming in the next 5 or 6 laps, really. But they're going to hope for it. So towards the other flag is waving. Media Pilot so faster. Here's Verstappen going down the inside of Golden Crimson. The GP2 driver having to give way for the Red Bull. And that's how it shall be with the Premier drivers overtaking the GP2 drivers. But he is the highest paid GP2 driver in this race. There we go. Faster lag though. Nolan
This race is Nolan's faster in these conditions, no doubt about it.
Where's the
Pilot, let
rain?
me know who's good at defending. Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Raikkonen, the fastest man in track. The other Mercedes currently in P13. So
It's still cloudy as hell, mate.
So the rain is coming again. We were told that we'll get 2 bouts of rain this race, and Nolan is looking to overtake, hopefully the last 10 laps as well. So that'd be great.
Can medium pilot here block enough?
I don't think he can. Look at the speed difference Nolan's got. Look at that. That is Mercedes versus Williams IRL right there.
I don't think medium pilot were too bothered though, really. He knows he's fast in the wet conditions, he knows they're coming back. Oh, as Nolan taps the wall!
Any damage on the Mercedes? No damage.
It was the rear. He touched the rear, he touched the rear.
Did he? Do we have to put him on the list?
Yeah. Oh dear.
I'm proud of that one.
You need to calm down, my friend.
I'm gonna get a joke book for Christmas now, aren't I?
I ain't getting you anything. I don't know where you live.
I live in the hole at the end of your garden.
Shut up, oh my god.
Stems catching, no, that is a good point,
I don't have
though.
a garden.
Then I live in a hole in your bathroom wall.
I don't have a bathroom.
It's raining again!
Already?
It's raining again! Here in Montreal!
The soft tyre runners have played this brilliantly, haven't they?
They really have, and look at the battle now. We have a battle for P1, a battle for P2, and a battle for P3 and P4.
The thing is though, Nolan hasn't got far enough away in my opinion. Get the medium pilot's the favourite now.
So, who will triumph now in the second part of this race, being towards wet? Now, will we have a heavy rainstorm enough that we'll have to see the blue...
Hey, sorry, here comes Verstappen. On chain gain has no pace in comparison to the Red Bull. The Red Bull making some gains in this race.
Ryan Van Doom with a 3-second time penalty here. Now, will the rain get heavy enough to see the extreme wet tyres come up, the blue tyres coming onto the cars, or will we be stuck with the intermediates once more? I'd love to see the extremes out, wouldn't you, Alex?
Love it, yeah. I mean, it's not great for racing conditions, but it's always a sight to see.
I love the extreme wet tyres, they're my favourites. But I did
my
actually
quite
like
the Ultra Sauce, but they're not a thing anymore.
I was going to say, I like the hard tyres they had last year with the blue, with the ice blue line on colouring on it. I love those. I thought they looked beautiful.
Mate, Gilles is close. This is probably going to be his last bout of DRS.
That's why I liked Formula 2, because they in this game they still have the blue tyres. Made me happy. So DRS opening on Gilles Haas, and they come up to lap Ryan Van Doom in a few corners' time. And I think Gilles in trouble. I think his car's starting to skate a bit on those tyres. Within 5 laps, those tyres start to struggle.
Well, the rain's coming, and it's coming down fast now, so it shouldn't be too long to those wet conditions.
Here's Torpedo in the Toro Rosso as Mike Bundy in the Renault starts to disappear. DRS open on the Toro Rosso as they head towards the chicane. Raikkonen close as well.
It's raining quite heavy in the first sector.
Oh, Torpedo's in! Now what tyres is the Toro Rosso going on? Golden Cruiser with a time penalty.
Surely. Too early, surely.
We're following him into pit lane now. He's the only driver in. Those are the intermediate tyres.
He's taking a big gamble here.
It is. It has to get wet within the first, 30 seconds now. It is starting to get to the point where we would start to see the crossover point, but he had a
Not
gap.
quite there yet.
Let's see how he is, though. Nicomania is so slow on power delivery out of pit lane. Look at the revving. He's just wheel spinning right now. Let's put our heads up display on. We don't normally use it, but let's put it on.
Stam's in. He's not taking a risk. Here, it's just too early. These tyres aren't ready yet.
Yeah, we put our heads up display on here. And Ryan Van Doom is retired in sector 3. Yeah, look at that. Look at the throttle inputs. Look at the oversteer. It's not ready for the intermediate tyres as of yet. We'll take our heads up display away. We don't need that on anymore. As Gasly's teammate Nicomania pits. Same with Crimson. So
he's from Armenia.
Nicomania from Albania. Raikkonen trying to pass Bundy. DRS is going to open on Raikkonen's car. It's definitely having up in sector 1 to the outside line. Comes Raikkonen. Did he get through in time before the yellow flag affected him? He did.
Yellow flags, just the yellow flags for though.
We'll find out in a minute. It's gone to green. It's in front. It looks to be P. Walters. No, it's someone. It's Ryan Van Doom's car leaving the session. It is the British driver. And now Ryan Van Doom passing Chenge Wow, destroying the Ferrari.
That's Verstappen.
No, it's not. Oh, Verstappen's.
Ryan Van Doom's retired, mate.
Yeah. But that.
You said Ryan Van.
No, I said P. Walters, championship leader.
You said Ryan Van Doom.
Did I? I'm drunk, huh?
You said Ryan Van Doom.
Leave me alone. Nicomania has retired. We have a retirement in sector 1. We'll see if we can find it. We're on board with Torpedo. He's still really too early. He's in the wall heavily.
Gilles in. At least he's got. It's raining a bit more heavy now. The tyres shouldn't be as bad as they were. Can he get out? Yes, he can. Gasly's retired. Gonna end out quick service here.
I thought I said P. Walters. DRS has been disabled now.
Oh, Gilles timed this perfectly. He's only just got out to the track.
So now, will he have enough time to get up there and pass them this way round with the pit stops?
The rain's coming down a lot faster. These guys are losing.
Whoa! Slide
so much time
from the 93. Sorry.
Slide to the right. Crisscross.
That's the arms, because he did just go crisscross for a moment there. Crikey O'Reilly. As they come up towards X2. Where's Gilles? Where's Sem, though? He's going for the hairpin. He's got a pit. Same with Medium Pilot. So, because Medium Pilot's further down the pit lane, he might be in the best position, because Nolan's right at the entrance of the pit lane with his Mercedes pit box. Don't normally talk about pit box location, but here we go.
Gilles is catching. It was 20 seconds at the start of the lap. He was going to catch at least 2. And the rain's getting heavier and heavier. Here we go. Will Nolan get caught out here by Sem?
On board with Sem now. Nolan's tyres are changed. He's been held for the McLaren. No, he's not. Look at the launch from the Mercedes.
Will Medium Pilot be held? No, he's just not going to get serviced in time.
Where's Gilles? He's going to catch one. I think he'll catch Pilot or Sem. Gilles now. Oh, stop being straight. Big episode moment. Heading towards the wall. Now he's heading towards the line. What can he do? He's going to be the fastest man on these wet compound tyres. There goes Sem. And Medium Pilot into turn 2 is going to be okay. But Sem is back in front. Gilles just cannot catch a break.
Medium Pilot has lost a couple seconds somewhere. I don't really know how.
Torpedo defending to the inside line. Golden Crimson, the GP2 driver, looking to overtake the Peter Solheim, who is the Torpedo. They go side by side. Oh, that's very nasty from Torpedo, calling into his line there, trying to force Golden Crimson into the wall. Very nasty.
Yes, it's not great. It's not fair racing, but it's racing nonetheless. And you can be a bit mean as a driver. You can be a bit mean as a driver, but if it's all in the rule book, you're not breaking it. And so I see it.
He was encroaching onto his line. If Golden Crimson had felt that he was under pressure, he would have been forced. He would have turned towards the wall a little bit more. But Golden Crimson held his line, and that's the thing. He held his confidence.
Right. Thing is, so here goes Medium Pilot now. He's already got up 4 tenths back. It was 4.4. So he's got laps to go here. He can catch up. Get in that groove with the tyres, mate.
Here's P. Walters locking up a little bit with Honey Badger. He started in P11 and he's now in P6. What can the Flying Dutchman do? He has to catch Verstappen. But he has to defend from the German. P. Walters first. He's quicker in a straight line. Look at the speed difference from the McLaren to the Renault. To the outside line pulls the McLaren, and the Renault having to defend and has to give up the position.
Hard pressing for the Works Renault team to get past in the straight.
Lord. That was the greatest bit of liftoff I've ever seen from Honey Badger, because he's going to try and use a DRS the inside line. He's close. He's bumped him. He's hit the leader. He's hit the championship leader. He's got a time penalty for it.
Was that Honey Badger's fault?
Yes, because the gap was closing. And I think he'll let him through. That's a beautiful helmet design from Walters there. That must be one of the new ones in the cosmetic update.
All I'm saying is, Medium Pilot's catching now.
He is. Hand over fist, isn't it?
Yeah, he's caught up a couple tenths each lap here. He'll get more into a groove, though. I think Nolan will struggle as it gets wetter and wetter. So...
Do you know the best thing is about these tyres, though?
What?
They have a point where they feel great when they first come on. They have a point where they feel absolutely horrible, then they feel great again. You know? Their condition comes in waves.
All I'm saying is, mate, do you know what? I think Joe is catching that break because he's catching 7 again.
Oof. What will happen in this race?
Virgil stay up? Will Virgil, he's been...
Golden Crimson.
Virgil get out of the way for the half?
Golden Crimson getting the run now. Passing Vittorio Rossi around the outside into the hairpin. Sector 3 has a yellow. It's Honey Badger. Oh no, sorry, he's lifted off to let P. Walters through after he hit him. That's absolutely fine, as Torpedo now has to drop behind the Williams.
Gilles gets past that Ferrari quite quickly and still somehow gains time whilst overtaking a Ferrari. That's magic. But he's doing a decent job as his Haas.
He has to do it. That's 2.
Shut up. Genuinely. Leave this week. Christ.
No, you don't want me to leave this week. You like me too much.
If you wish.
Do you want to rub my lamp? That's my genie joke for the week. I don't know. I'm not. You said as you wish. So I'm in a genie joke. I'm running out of ideas. I'm very tired.
JB, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah. I'm very tired. Mike Bundy defending to the outside as the GP2 driver of Golden Crimson tries to get up underneath him. What a quality move from Golden Crimson. He's trying alongside the Renault. Can he get the power out round the outside? He's trying. Has he done
Mercedes.
it? He's done it. No, has he?
Not yet.
Oh! A slap in the face. C2 racing GP2. And they're still side by side. He has the move done. He's into P10. Mike Bundy's thinking, what is happening?
I don't know, mate, but medium pilots lost time.
We're slowly losing viewers every time I make a joke. We need to stop.
I think it's because someone said that David Tennant was their favourite Doctor Who.
Here's Raikkonen in the Mercedes to the outside of Chain Gang Wow.
Steering wheel. Give me a steering wheel.
Medium pilot with a time penalty now. That can really affect the race here in Montreal with 12 laps to go.
Well, Nolan has 2 penalties. Pilot has
2 is in warnings or 2 is in 6 seconds?
2 6-second penalties.
Second 3 yellow flags. Who is that? None of our concern, but looks at that. Back to Raikkonen now. The French-Finnish driver as he looks towards the outside of the Dutchman. The Dutchman could have been classed as weaving there a little bit, but I don't think there's any malice in it.
Gilles, though, is still trying to catch that podium place.
To the inside comes Raikkonen, looking to the outside though this time after being forced there. A little bit of touching by the looks of it between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. The 24 car trying to power out as he's almost guided towards the wall again by Chain Game Wow. And now it's a power match down a straight with toe. Advantage goes to Raikkonen. I think Chain Game's weaving a little bit. He's not really showing what choice in which side he's going around the track.
Now all I'm saying is Gilles finally caught that break. He's finally caught it within a second. Also, interestingly, obviously he's not going to do anything, but his teammate, Gilles' teammate, is the next one up the road. Can he somehow affect Sam slightly? Obviously,
yeah, Raikkonen's getting annoyed with Chain Gang Wow. You can tell by the way he just dove it around the outside of that corner. He's not happy with it. And
keep rise above P3. It's 4 tenths now.
He clearly decides that Raikkonen clearly saying, right, I think you were weaving on the straights. Yes, Gilles outbroken himself though. He's got it. Okay, he's going to drop a little bit further behind the McLaren. Ice front, the engineer says, as they run down towards the chicane. Alex, what do you foresee happening soon with your crystal ball?
I think that's the Sam. Unfortunately, Sam also got the toe. Sam's got the slipstream from Gilles' teammate, so unfortunately, he couldn't really make a difference. But Gilles is so much faster in these current conditions. The heavier it gets, the better it is for Gilles. Medium pilot's clipped himself together now, and he's beginning to get on the push again. He's only got 9 laps to do it though. He's got to kind of catch up now a little bit.
We've got 10 laps to go, including this one of the race. As we look at Gilles on the back of Sam coming through sector 1. This corner is incredibly difficult. The blue flags are being waved. Sam will complain the hat is not getting out of the way. He's protecting his teammate, he'll say. But he is out of the way now. Oh, it's a horrible pace to do on the apex of the corner. Bad, Stam. Bad.
Well, he obviously wanted to get out of the way there. He didn't really impede on anyone, so...
Well, he did, because he impeded their line trying to get to the apex. So that wasn't the safest place to get it. He could have gone to the outside. Or he could have waited for the straight, which is more logical.
At least he didn't cause an issue. But here we go again then. Gilles, 6/10. Now does he outbreak himself here? No, actually, really good line. Just the Haas. This is so scary. Hart and
Why?
Verstappen,
Because of the potential of puns.
medium pilot. No, just I want Gilles to do it. He's had such a. He's been chasing that P3 all day.
He wants
To
to
not come
pun.
away with something. All I'm saying is, mate, is that Verstappen that someone got himself into the top 5. He's had a quiet race. He's had a few moves. Here comes Raikkonen again on chain game though. Watch this. Rivalry of the century. These two. Here we go.
Yeah, he's not happy with him, is he? Look at the way he's driving. He's really not happy with the Dutchman.
So Shake's gonna dive right back. Tiles. This is so close right now.
That's what happens when you get frustrated as a driver. You make a silly move and it costs you. Who's faster on the straight though? Chain game well looks to be slightly slower than Raikkonen. Raikkonen pulling ahead with extra power, and now into the final straight
However,
straight
Ryan
down to
got
the
such
line.
a better exit. Ryan got such a better exit there. I think just a little bit. Can't make a move yet. The gap at the top's gone down to less than 2 seconds. It did briefly, so I won't be surprised if it comes down a bit more as we continue on the race here. Gilles gets so close at this part of the lap, doesn't he?
He does. He needs to make the move soon, because in the straight, Stem is so quick on his dry setup.
Back
Look at
up
the
to 3
power.
seconds we go.
Excuse me. Look at the power coming out the corner though for Gilles. He's on the back of Sem. Sem
He's
thinking about
closing.
it.
He's close enough. Just close enough. Oh, hello, doggo. She's lied down. Good
That's
girl.
she. Hello. Oh, he's got the power out of the shed. He's got a better run. Finally, Gilles thinking, right, I've got the power. Let's go. Give me a move. I want to try. He could cast all of that as weaving. He goes to the inside of the McLaren. There's going to be a do-or-die move. And he's around. No, he's not. He caught it. Sector 3, we have a yellow. Would not surprise
It's
me if that was chain game. Wow. Oh, no, it's a Renault. It's a Renault in trouble. I think it's Honey Badger.
It's Bundy.
It is. He's got no wing. It's Honey Badger. Honey Badger has no front wing on the car. He's lost the rear end. He's clouted the barrier. DRS will not open because it's wet conditions. It's heading towards. I would put the full wets on soon because it's still getting heavier. Sector 2 yellow flags are waving, and it's Virgil at the race.
These conditions have not been kind to our drivers.
Now, just back onto Gilles, he's probably going to complain that Stem was moving a lot on the run down to turn 1. And I'm inclined to believe him right now as Fotio leaves the session.
I've said that's just on the verge, but you could make a case, yeah.
He was moving a lot. I mean, it's on the verge, as you said. But look at the pace difference now. I think it is starting to get much heavier, and now you see Gilles is starting to show that he is the faster car, and he wants P3 in only his second race here in SFR.
He looks so much better out the corners, doesn't he?
That was a very messy chicane.
I say that, and he screws it up. My apologies. Commentator's curse comes in there.
Mike Buddy to the outside line of Torpedo. That was a terrible way. I sort of rumbled his name in my throat there, didn't I?
Yeah. I think it's got too heavy for medium pilot now.
Buddy to the inside of Torpedo. The Toro Rosso dropping behind him now, trying to get the run up and underneath him. He's lost the rear end slightly. This is going to be a run down the line again. Mike Buddy in front. Now the Renault's going to think,
this
right,
is heavy. This is really
very
heavy.
Yeah. Not the mood, guys. We're just talking about the rain. Side by side. Now Torpedo versus Bundy. Bundy the outside. He didn't murder those girls, but he is going to get through. Oh, that was a terrible joke. Sorry, Mike. I made a Ted Bundy joke.
Oh, come on!
I'm so sorry, Mike. I'm so sorry.
Peggy 3.
All of these streams are going to be why people shouldn't let their kids play on video games.
Guys, I think that's race over. Medium pilot's got another penalty.
6 laps to go here.
I don't think he's...
Oh, damage on the Torpedo's car. Sorry. I know what you're saying about the penalty system at turn 1, but there's damage now. At the worst possible moment, when we look to be thinking about heading towards the extreme wet tyres, I would be inclined to go for the extreme wet tyres. We had this last night with rain towards the end of the race, and driver said in the intermediates. I pity because I broke my front wing. I cost Williams millions. But I decided to pit for new front wing. Big oversteer moment for Bundy. Very well caught there for the British driver, the GP2 champion of last season. I just can't get the sentence in. I can't even talk and I'm on my own. But
All
I
I'm saying is,
pitted
mate, there's a battle going on for top 5. Can P. Walters, championship leader, gain a couple points on Verstappen?
lots of wiggling from Bundy's car. There's trouble. I think we'll see the blue tyres go on someone.
P. Walters, oh, big oversteer over there. Heart in mouth, heart in mouth.
Heart in legs as well at this point. Very wet drivers going to be thinking very, very quick conditions. Verstappen good in these conditions so far. P. Walters looking to overtake the Red Bull though. Covering the inside. Torpedo has stopped behind Bundy. Ooh, was that little move in the braking zone there?
I'm looking at the McLaren and the Red Bull, mate. This is the closest battle on track right now.
That's what I was looking at. Whoa, big oversteer. To the inside line comes the German. He's thinking about it. He's putting the Dutchman under pressure. Lock up! Wow! The 95 McLaren with the black, with the white and gold helmet. He don't go on those cars. I would put the extreme wet tyres on. Look at how wet it is in the air.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. This could cost you a crash.
Taking 2 yellow flags. Speaking of which, I think we've just witnessed one. I think we are going to be privy to another accident. I think Torpedo has done some more damage. Here's Stam. He's actually on the extremes. Yeah, there's lockups galore on P. Walters' car. I pit because there's no way he can continue on.
P. Walters has got damage, has he?
No, I'm talking about the fact that he's locking up every corner. He's got no grip on the tires. Whoa! Verstappen's in trouble! They made contact now! There's damage on it! Thanks, Alex. That was you for once, that wasn't me. P. Walters got damage, and he's 30 seconds later. Bang!
P. Walters went into the air! Can't believe it!
I didn't see it. We saw it through a tree.
Once again, high above stuff.
He's going to be so angry with you. He really is.
As we see, although they could have erased the top 2 now, even though it looks like Nolan took the job done on penalties, I'd still say that not Bundy, Union Pilot's going to catch him here. He's coiled him in so much over the past few laps. As it gets wetter, it gets... Yeah, I think that's it, battle.
For the final race here in Canada this week before we head off to France, there's damage on Nolan's car.
Oh no.
There is damage on the front wing.
There's heavy damage as well.
Yeah. Not as heavy as P. Walters' damage though.
We've still got speed over the Red Bull. So I don't know whether the Red Bull's also got damage. The Red Bull also has damage.
So both cars got damage. Again, you have 2 people now to blame you.
Medium Pilot, if he can overtake Nolan,
I think he's going to have to, because that damage on his front wing is absolutely dredging away his pace in the corners, and especially in these conditions, you need a full front wing.
Absolutely, here, and can Nolan go through the chicane? We'll find out.
Well, I don't think, to be honest, the chicane's so low speed in these conditions. He's in trouble on exit, though. Look at that. He oversteered his way across the track into 2 yellow flags are waving. Who is it?
It's a chain game.
Look at the difference in grip, because now under half a second is the gap. Well, okay, over half a second, thanks timings, is the gap between P1 and P2. Medium Pilot, I don't think he's won a race since Bahrain.
Nolan hits the wall again.
So the 2 yellow flags are waving more. We're going to have to see something in a minute.
All I'm saying is, if Medium Pilot can get past Nolan, he could possibly still break 3 seconds.
He has 9 seconds worth of penalties now, does he?
Yeah, he got another penalty.
Oh, it's a big ask. Who's going to win this race now? Is it Pilot? Is it Nolan? Is it me if I step out the front door? It really is terrible out there. We're going to spend the night in the comments box now. It's too wet.
We're not going to do some post-race interviews outside. We're going to bring them in the box.
God, yeah.
But here we go.
Sector 3, we have Stam has retired. Is it on the straight though?
He fell on the wet tyres, so
the GP3 driver could not continue on. Nolan's in some serious trouble. Can he control it? It's on the straight. Stam leaving the session. It's on the straight, and now DRS is opening. Torpedo. Torpedo's back in the pit lane as well. He's going for the last lap ditch of jumping on the full wets. There it is. He's not going to get. There's got to be some monumental shift in power if medium pilots can get through. They're both not able to control the wheel spin out that corner. They're really struggling here in Canada. I love this race.
Mate, Nolan's got 2 warnings. So.
Oh, he's going to get another one in a minute because he's got a warning that that's moving in the braking zone, but it's all good. And all's fair in love, war, and the Premier driving right now from medium pilot and Nolan. No DRS. I think the DRS will be open as the Williams guys use it. This is horrendous. Look at this, not driving down the M25. DRS isn't active, it's so wet out there. The drivers have got some balls of steel. The door was closing, he's hit him. Oh, that's it. He won't get the power down. Look at him, he's got no rear tyre grip. The tyres are too cold!
That could be race over,
What will happen? Oh, Django Welch rejoined us, so he lagged out. Nolan, he's got to be careful. Medium pilot, he's got to... heart and mouth, it's still heart and mouth stuff. They lap Honey Badger, who's now dropped out of points territory. Mike Bundy back in points territory now.
What I'm gonna say is, if we can get both these guys in the commentary chat, this could be a hell of a race to chat about.
Well, Nolan only speaks French.
Nolan is in danger though of actually hitting the wall. But you still got
Williams hates this. Can you hear the engine? It's really working for it.
I mean, I don't think any cars are enjoying these conditions on these tyres.
Seesaw from Pilot as he tries to pilot his ship through here. It's the final lap of the race, and who's going to win the race? Who knows? This can go any way. Medium Pilot's got one real overtaking opportunity left. He's going to have to chuck it to one side or the other. He's made it obvious he's going to the outside. Can he defend? No, Nolan's still going to be in the lead.
He's not going for it yet. I think he's weighing out for the last little second.
That's it. I think race is done. Unless something drastic happens. Look at Honey Badger catching on the extreme wet tyres.
Aren't they called the full wet?
The full wets, I call them extremes, because technically these are wet tyres as well. So Nolan is going to cross the line to win the Grand Prix, barring any major incident on the straight. No, Nolan wins on the road. Mercedes win here in Canada. Pilot P2, and the AI somehow catches that.
Well, that's the AI that called it for sure, but is Sam going to finish in third? We don't know.
I think he is. I think he will. Sam's weaving on the road. He's going to finish in P3. Jill P4, P Walters.
Jill had so many penalties.
Yeah, P Walters is going to hopefully finish ahead of Verstappen championship leader, hoping to stay in the top 5. Mike Bundy finishing in P9 of this race. Kachengo Wells already finished in P10. No, on the road up to the line. On the road up to the line. Verstappen trying to get past Walters. They're side by side. It's going to still be Walters though. No, it's Verstappen on penalties.
No, wasn't he? Just took him on the track. There was only a 22 millisecond gap. That's surely his overtake on the track.
No, it wasn't.
There's only 20. No, because there's only 22 millisecond gap.
He wasn't overtaken on the track. I was on board with Verstappen.
But look at the gap between them.
He
22
was his rear tyre. It's the fact
sorry,
that
mate. Sorry, mate. There's no else down to penalties.
No, it
22 millisecond gap.
It is.
In what world?
I don't know, but I was right next to him. I was right on board with him.
I think that's a game glitch.
Check my footage.
I think that's a game glitch, my friend.
Well, we've got the results. Barring any serious investigations, we'll run through them in a moment. But P Walters not out of the top 6.
I'm going to say they're on the same penalty. I'm going to say they're on the same penalty time.
Well, we shall see.
There is though. What a race from the Mercedes. Good bounce back from Monaco. Better attitude today, that's for sure.
Most definitely. So, Mercedes. There's 2 Mercedes power cars and a Renault power car on the podium. Nolan wins from medium pilot in P2 and Stem in P3.
Good old Semi doing the job. Didn't go on to those full hard wets, but you stuck it on the semis.
You had to, didn't you? You had to.
I did, yeah.
You're worse than me.
Am I? You made a Ted Bundy joke. Am I really?
Yeah, actually, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I was looking at the film already. It's terrible. Okay. Already serious investigations.
No, can I do this?
Yeah, okay.
Can I do this? So, Nolan P1, Medium Pilot P2, 7 P3, those are your final results of those two. Jill, a hard-fought P4. Verstappen, with the same amount of penalties as P. Walters, beats him on the line. Raikkonen, then Crimson, then Bundy, then Chicken then Honey Badger, then Torpedo. Then your DNFs were Stan, Virgil, Fotio, Nicomania, Gasly. I'm sensing a theme with those three. There's 4, 5. Ryan Van Doom, Owen Ol.
So... that was barring any serious investigations. As always, we will have a chat with these guys. I did get the theme. They all crashed in the race.
They were Greek.
I wasn't going to say that.
It's all Greek to me.
Sam saying the only guy with no pen. So, well done to Sam. He can't do interviews, so we will see if we get a chat from Mike Bundy. Sorry, no, Medium Pilot. I got that confused. I get those confused a lot. Medium Pilot, who I don't think is still in the lobby. No, he's not. So we'll have to do it another way. I don't think he'll do interviews. Do we want to talk to Noland, or do we want to leave him for tonight? I don't mind.
Let's just leave it. It's been a long day for us.
I know it sounds really mean to say, just because of the language barrier, but to be completely honest, I have a very slight headache right now, and I don't really want to be ratty with a driver because of having to wait for the interviews. So we'll call the post-race interviews for tonight because it's been a long night, and me and Alex have had quite a long day. Apologies for that.
We had a big thing. You know.
Yeah. So apologies for no interview tonight, but yeah. Nonetheless, how was that race for you, Alex? Before we try and talk about anything.
It was the Ted Bundy out of 10 though. It was really good.
P. Walters is saying that he finished that to him. Verstappen was behind him as well. So lots of questions. Anyway, yeah, Verstappen saying that he was behind him as well. So I wonder what the stewards would decide with this one.
And it feels sorry. It's on a bit of a boogie.
You gave up midway through what I was saying there, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit. But anyway, guys, I think that's how you need to end it. My brain's fried. I was up since 6 AM. Love you. Goodbye.
All right. Well, I'll close the closing results. Thank you, Alex, for joining us as always, mate.
No worries, mate. I'll be back next week, hopefully.
Next week, SFR is off to France, so we're heading off to Paul Ricard with the new pit lane. Remember to all drivers that we have a new pit lane, so don't crash into the wall.
Did they actually put it in the game, though?
Yeah, they did. They added it a while ago. When they did a major cosmetic update to all the cars. But yes, so next week we're off to France. The first race of the week will be GP4 on Monday with James heading the comms. And I'll be on commentary with hopefully Alex or Pevster on Tuesday. Wednesday I'll be back in my car.
On Tuesday. Yeah,
and Pevster on Thursday, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes.
I think.
So the Alex on Tuesday, me back in the car on Wednesday as James once again takes over the crown of commentator, and then Thursday will be ending the week again with these guys, the Premier drivers, on with me and Fester on commentary. My name is JB. Thank you so much for watching us this week at Canada. Hope you all have a very nice weekend. Enjoy the coming sport this weekend.
Enjoy the ambience.
Yeah, enjoy everything that might be happening in SFR. Have a really good weekend.
Enjoy Brexit.
And we'll see you next week. After I kill this guy, we'll see you next week. Have a very good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Well, some other time. Ta-ra, guys!
Ta-ra, guys!